one of the individuals commented on my video, and this individual said, "Hey, got to turn that low volume, that that vocal volume up, Gary." And I said, "Okay," because that was like a year ago. I go, "Yeah, I will repost this video and increase the volume." And here's the video actually. It's help. I just got my first job as a help desk admin and don't know what to do. So I'm going to increase the volume on this and repost it as a bigger volume. I'm sorry, the higher volume meaning more sound.
Thanks everybody for taking time out of your day to watch this video. I'm going to talk to you about help desk now. So, getting a job as a help desk administrator. Let's assume you have one already. You just have one, and you want to know what am I supposed to do, right? You just got this job based on maybe several videos you watched or talking your way into the job, and now you're like, oh man, I really need to learn what I need to do. So I'm going to show you what you should do or how you should do it. So obviously you probably have installed Windows Server and you set up Active Directory. So once you have that, I'm going to show you just a little bit of things and what to do. So you're going to click on the Start button, then you're going to go to Server Manager, and you're going to find Active Directory users and computers. We're going to get started there. Click on Tools, and then the same thing, the Active Directory users and computers. So let's click on that, Active Directory users and computers, that we have clicked on in our Windows computer, which is the domain controller for that matter. So in here, every day, this is your go-to. If you're a help desk individual, this is where you basically do most of your work from. If you know resetting accounts, so let's go over a couple of things like that, right? So let's first things first. Let's say, let me give you a little real estate here so we can see everything. Okay, so first things first, I should point out to you that under the Active Directory users and computers, that is your domain controller. That's the name of it with the fully qualified domain name. A fully qualified domain name means the name dot whatever the domain is. In our case, it's meshtext.local. And under there, under the meshtext local, there's a couple things. We have our computers. Now, the computers are the actual servers that are on our domain, that are part of our domain, that have authenticated with us, basically, on our domain. And what you should also know is under users, this is what these are the users in your domain. Every user you have, and you create or you manage users from here. You set them up, you reset their password. Let's go ahead and let's create a user real quick. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click under Active Directory users and computers, under our domain controller, which is meshtext.local, under users. We're going to right click on that. We're going to do new. We're going to do user. So we're going to name our user, let's say test, T-E-S-T. Okay? And the user login name is test. We're going to use test on that as well. So we're going to push next. I want to show you this real quick. We're going to also put a password in there. We're going to select, we're going to uncheck user must change password next login. We're going to check on password never expires. Typically, what you'll do is in your industry or your field, you'll actually create an account and then you'll check user must change password at next login. So we're going to click on next. And that's it. That's how you create a user. That's how easy that is. No, the password is not meeting the curtailment, so I should just add a couple more characters. Okay. And okay. Should take care of it. Okay, so the user has been set. The test user has been set. So what we're going to do is we're going to pretend like this is a regular user. That user's called in, and they want to know, hey, what's going on with my account? So you as a help desk administrator would go ahead and you would double click on it, and you would open it up, and you say, okay, what seems to be the problem here, right? You're looking at this, you're trying to decipher what may be the issue. User can't log in for any reason. Okay, could be a number of things. most likely, let's click on the member of. Let's see where they are. Okay, users perhaps in another area they're trying to log into. They don't have rights. Could be here. The account, let's click on the account. That's going to tell us if the account is locked. In our case, the account is not locked, and we know that because it would say locked. The account, has it expired? It hasn't expired, so we know that's good there. If you ever have like a smart token, basically, in the account options, you would see it here. You would see it present here. As in, requires user must log in as a smart card of some sort. Okay. Oh, smart card is required for interactive login. You would see that check. In our case, it's not the case. So everything looks fine there. Profile, nothing there. No pertinent information. Nothing that would hinder the user from logging in. Most everything is going to be here in the account or the member of. These are the two that you want to focus in on. So when the user calls in, they say, I can't log in to such and such. I can't log into the server farm. Okay, well, let me check to see the member of. Okay, and I would see, oh, the user is not part of that group. Well, therefore, he or she is not able to log into that, and that makes sense. So then you would just put a ticket in, or you would get permission, or you would have a process in where you would utilize that process to log them in or to give them access to whatever it is that they need to log in or to access to. So back to the account tab under the user properties, user login name, that looks good there. The user login name, so the prefix is the mesh text of the slash. And login hours, nothing is set here, but if you wanted to, say, limit this individual to log in certain times, you would click on the logins for the username, and then you would check on the login denied, and that would enable them not to say login. Let's say on the weekend, let's say on a Saturday, you would click on Saturday and you would go login denied, and it would not allow them to log in on Saturday. Okay, so that's good there. The other thing to know about is about groups. So let's create a couple of groups for you, shall we? So we're going to go to built-in, and we're going to see a security group here, right? So let's pick one group. Let's pick on domain admins group, if it's here. Well, in our built-in, the domain admins is not in here. It's under probably most likely user. So I'm going to click on the user OU. Now, by the way, just as FYI, anytime you see these folders here, they're called organizational units, OUs. That's what that stands for, or that's what they are. That's what they're called, the OU. Okay, so let's click on users, and then we're going to click on domain admins, domain administrators. So we're going to click on domain admins. Well, that is a security group. So we can see what is it do? Designed for administrators of the domain. So we're going to double click on that. We're going to open it up. And we're going to do, members. We're going to click on the members. We can see that our different users are part of that. And if the domain admin group itself is a member of something else, it would be listed here as well. So it's a member of the denied RDoc password replication, and it's the member of the administrators group as well. Of course, it's the domain admin, so it has every right on the domain. The superiors, if you will. So we're going to click on general again, and this is where the name. So this is a canned name, meaning this is predefined by Windows Server itself, and everything here is predefined. So you can edit this anytime you want. If you want to put any information in here, it doesn't matter what it is, you can put that in there. And you can put little notes and little descriptions on something that you find necessary and needed for this. Okay? You can apply it there. Doesn't have any effect at all on the aspect of the security group. So this is something to know. These are just two things that are really important to know when you work as a help desk administrator. Very, very important. Every time, every day, most of your tasks are done in the Active Directory users and computers section. And mostly what you'll be in, you'll be under the users OU. You'll be maintaining users, permissions. Customers will call you for basically pretty much any issue that is regarding to their account. The best advice I can give you is every day work on yourself. Go home and utilize the technology you have in front of you. Download a copy of Windows Active Directory, download a copy of Windows 2012 or 2016 or 2019. Set up your own version of Active Directory. Set up your own domain controller. Play around with it. Really familiarize yourself at home. That way you can have ahead of your competition at work.